What do you do? I am back and so much better. I feel like I said that before on one of my videos, but it's fine. I haven't vlogged in a pretty long time. Life has been crazy. Let's see what y'all don't know. Let's catch y'all up on my life. 22 now. Birthday was 2 months ago. I joined a sorority. I graduate in May of 2020. So hats off to me. Yeah, that's pretty much all that's been, like happening. So basically what I want to be talking about today is the advice that I would give to my high school self. I'm gonna give you guys 10 things that I would have told myself back then. So the first thing is leave that boy alone. Oh my God, I cannot emphasize this like enough, bro. Like, leave them boys alone. If like they not acting right, then they not gonna ever act right. Like, do not bring that baggage with you to college, because it's just gonna get like harder and harder and harder to let that stuff go. Like, it is so, when I tell y'all, it is so hard to finger at yourself and be like, you are so toxic to yourself. Like, it takes a lot of like courage to even do that, because you will literally be sad all the time, just, oh my God, like, why you not acting right, blah blah blah. But it's like, girl, if you knew what you deserved, then you would not be in this situation. And I'm not trying to do the victim blame or nothing, but like, we at that time, like, you are at an age where you are, one, very vulnerable to like people just, in your ear, like, oh my God, like XYZ this, I love you, eating it up, and it's just not, that's just not what it is. So number one, leave that boy alone, because I promise you that person is not going to be relevant like in 3 years, 2 years, damn near a year. Like, it is not that deep. My second thing, number two, is these girls are not your friend. And I mean that. Like, in high school, I was pretty much like friends with everybody. Like, and most of them people I do not talk to this day. I do not talk to most of those people. There's only a slim few amount of people that I still talk to this day. I didn't say that. Let me rephrase that. I'm still cool with a lot of people, but I'm not friends with a lot of people. Yeah, I would just really emphasize that these girls are not your friend, and that goes into college too. Like, just because you meet somebody your freshman year of college does not mean that they're still going to be your friend at the end of college. Number three, listen to your counselors, but not so much your advisors. So what I mean by that is, at high school you have counselors. So at King, our counselors was really trying to like push for us to like go to the best schools, make sure we all prepare with financial aid, like just plenty stuff. And they was like really rooting for us. And I don't want to say I wasn't taking it seriously, but I wish I would have took it more serious, because I could have had way more scholarships coming into college than I had. So right now I'm pretty much on a free ride. Like, since my second semester sophomore year, I've been on the full ride on scholarships and grants. But my whole freshman year and my first semester of sophomore year, I had to take out loans, but that could have all been covered and taken care of if I was actually listening to what my counselors were telling me about how there's free money everywhere. Like, all you gotta do is look for it, and sometimes that stuff just pop up. Like, most of the stuff that popped up for me, it literally popped up, but I know it does not work like that for everybody. So I would never suggest y'all just sit there and wait for a handout, because I wouldn't even say that what I got was a handout. I would be like admitting myself into email lists of different like cultural groups. Like I'm on the African American email list, I'm on the Latino email list, I'm on the first gen email list, I'm on plenty email lists. So I always have like these scholarship opportunities getting sent to me. So I don't necessarily have to go look for it, but I did have to take that initial step to, you know, get that information to get delivered to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely listen to your counselors. And the reason why I say not so much your advisors, I was lucky enough to have an advisor once I finally settled with a major, because I changed my major 3 times. But I stuck with communication, and my advisor for communication, he is great. Like he is always like, this is what you need to do to graduate on time, this is what you need to do, this is the next step you need to take, this is the grade that you need for this class, this is everything. So I will listen to him. But the advisors that I had before, they had me, advisors be really against you, bro. They had me in a 6 credit, 9 credit math class. Like they had me in like a 3 credit, 9 credit class my freshman year. Like, why are you putting me in these classes that the credits don't count towards my degree? And they were doing that on purpose, because what they do is they want you to accidentally or put you in these courses that don't count, so it'll take you longer to graduate, so the university can get more money from them, but from you. Like, so they want to keep you at the university as long as you can. Like, if you, like, they want you to exceed that 4-year timeline. Like, they want you to exceed that. So they like put you in the wrong classes. They put you in classes that you don't need. Like they be doing plenty stuff. Like I've heard horror stories about advisors. So if you do not trust your advisor, go get a second opinion. Do not just be sitting there just like a sitting duck, and you literally don't know what you're doing, and now you're not graduating on time. Because they'll do it to you. They tried to do it to me, except me, I'm a step. Like, I'm gonna do what it takes to graduate on time, which I did, which is why I'm graduating on time. But yeah, or keep that same energy academically. So what I mean by that, when I was a senior in high school, I had the best grades I ever had in high school. Why? Because I basically BS my complete high school career when it came to grades. All my teachers knew I was smart, but like when I actually was applying myself, I was getting like 3.5s. So I was like super excited about that. Like, your girl made the honor roll senior year and everything. I'm like, okay girl, period. But yeah, and then when I got to college, I started BSing again. Do not do that. 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 Number 5. Stay away from the college boys too, cause they ain't not a nothing. Not a nothing. Especially if they got letters. Like, stay away from them. Especially if you're a freshman. Stay away from them. They may look like, you know, I didn't really know, so I was just doing wherever the wind blew me. That's what I was doing. And I'm like, oh, I think I like you. Oh, I like you a lot. Oh, never mind. So number 5 will be to not conform and always be yourself and make your own path. Like, do not like try to fit in with anybody. Not that I tried to fit in with anybody, but like there was times where I was kind of questioning myself, like, damn, is this like the type of friends that I want to have? Like, are these the type of people I want to be associated with? And I took the necessary steps and made sure that I was good with what I was around, which eventually led to me not being friends with certain people anymore. And don't like be ashamed or sad or heartbroken that you gotta cut people off, because it is not that deep in all reality. Like, friends come, friends go. The real one's gonna stay down. And if y'all was really friends and y'all do fall out, y'all, it'll come back around. Like, don't ever feel like you have to do something that you're uncomfortable with in order to be friends with somebody, because a friend wouldn't put you in that type of situation at all. So I just really want you to think about that one. Number 7, you only have yourself at the end of the day. So like, yeah, your friends, your family may say that they have you, and you know, it all sound good, but when it come down to it, it's like, you shouldn't be dependent on anybody to catch you when you fall. You have to be able to bounce back by yourself. Like, asking for help for me is always the last option, which is not always a good thing, because like I will literally be drowning and nobody would know. But I wouldn't suggest that you do that, but definitely do not be quick to ask for a handout, because at the end of the day, you are about to be an adult. Because remember, I'm speaking to my high school self. You are an adult, and like if you get lost along the way, ask for help. Yeah, that's fine, but do not depend on people to always pick you up when you fall, because you're gonna have a big reality check when it does happen. You'll be sitting there by yourself thinking to yourself, where's everybody at when you need them? And then you're gonna be sad and depressed because you only have yourself and you're not prepared to only have yourself at the end of the day. So just be very careful and just really be your own trailblazer. Like, do not like try to follow trends. Do not hang out with people because they're popular. Don't do none of that. At the end of the day, is that going to help you sleep at night? Number 8, live in the moment. So it's easy to like think of like future tense all the time, like how is this going to affect my future, or I have something to do tomorrow, or I have something to do in 2 weeks. But you know, no, live in the moment. Like, you only gonna live this moment one time. Like, accept the fact that you're going to make mistakes along the way. Like, that's a part of life. Like, you're going to make mistakes, and that's okay, because when you make those mistakes, that's the best way to learn your lesson from them. It is only so much a person can do when they say you should not do this and you should not do that because this will happen. People can't really apply that to themselves until it happens to them. It is so easy to tell somebody else what to do, but it's so hard to tell yourself what to do. So I would just say, like, live in the moment always. Like, do not do anything that is boring. Like, and when I say boring, like, if you having fun, have fun. Do not let anybody stop you from having fun. Have fun responsibly. Like, don't be blacking out or nothing like that by yourself, and now you about to get gang raped by a bunch of people in the club. Like, why would you want to put yourself in that position? Like, who wants to think about stuff like that? Nobody. So just be safe still, but like, have fun, live in the moment, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Number 9, I would say, is to watch your back and watch your friends very closely, because some of the people that I thought I was going to grow old with, being friends with them, no. I can see that man on the street. I do not know that man. I am sorry to that man. Who? It was red flags amongst the whole friendship. Pay attention to them red flags. If you have friends that's like boy crazy and they always just like want to be around boys, and they just all like their life just revolves around a dude, like whether it's their dude or somebody else's dude or a dude in general, like, you should probably watch them, because you never know if they will put a dude over you. Like, I've seen it all. I've seen people choose a random dude that they do not know over their friends because they just boy crazy. And that is not okay. Like, that is not what friends do. That is just so crazy to me. But watch your friends and examine them closely. Like, if you got a friend that, like, anytime y'all go out, she all giggity gaggity, but she don't put in for nothing, and she always want to drink or something, but she don't want to pay for it, she want to use all your money, take note of that. That is called a freeloader. Like, take note of all of those little details, because they're going to pile up. They're going to pile up. Number 10, love yourself through it all and have fun. I know it gets to a point sometimes where it's like, you get like really down on yourself about something. Dang, like, I can't ever do anything right. Like, every time I get something right, like, something 10 times worse happens. Anytime I take 2 steps forward, I take 5 steps back. Like, I I get it. I've been there. I still am battling with that. But what is helping me get through that is the fact that it's not only happening to me. It's not me being personally attacked by the universe. This happens to everybody. And that's fine. Like, you just have to find your way to cope with that. Life is going to happen. That's what life is. It's supposed to happen. It's the way you deal with it that is going to make it better. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's really all I would really say to my high school self / early college self, because it's like, this stuff matters, but it doesn't. Like, what you're feeling in that moment, yeah, live in the moment and feel that feeling, but do not dwell on that feeling. Beyonce says she only gives herself one day to feel bad about herself, and it's back to business, as it should be. So take that advice from Beyonce and apply it to yourself. But thank you guys for watching.